Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Sorry we're a couple minutes late. You know that old technology thing just does not cooperate sometimes. But we are here. We're so excited. We get to play with the new cinema set. If you guys have got your monthly kit and if you haven't played with it yet, I hope this inspires you to get it out and have some fun. So I am going to grab here a couple of things. Okay, now I'm ready. So we're going to start tonight by using one of the background sheets from our kit. I don't know about you guys, but I find I still have enough pieces left that I am going to have to add some more background sheets and get to play with this at least one or two more times. I'm so excited about that. Anyway, tonight's theme is going to be the Garfield movie. So we took our granddaughters, and this was when mom and dad were gone, and we took them to a theater. They wanted to go see the show, the Garfield movie. Now, if you've never seen Garfield, you gotta go. I mean, at least once. The cat loves lasagna. Who doesn't love a cat that loves lasagna, right? So anyway, this is going to be our theme tonight, and I am going to start by laying some of my templates on as we get going here. And I'm also going to use the stars, the new release, the stars. If you guys don't have this one, this is like the ovals and the circles and the hexagons and the triangles. This one is great to play with, and it nests so easy together. I'm going to pull them all out real quick here. There's four of them in, and you do get the little tab that you can have to put on your organizing envelope. So you get this one with the dots, you get this one, you get this one, and of course you get the one to fill in the middle. How cool is that, right? So I am going to use the big one tonight. Put these over here out of the way. And also one of the featured sets that come with the with this month kit as an option is Everyday Adventure. Now this is the one that there's 3 scrapbooking kits. There's the Everyday Adventure, Nature Walk, and Party Time. And all 3 of these kits are great, especially if you're just starting or if you're an experienced scrapbooker. They're perfect because it's all in one. Everything's there except for your paper and your creativity. And so it even comes with these wonderful borders. This is number 7. I'm going to set him up there. Give me some inspiration. Number 7 and number 8 border. Okay. And let's see if I can remember how I had him the other day. I know I had this one here. Okay, this is number 8, and I've got number 7 here at the top. So I've got Lee on here. He's going to read comments. So if there's anything you guys want to know or anything you want to say, just jot down, and he will take care of that for you. And if you're on here for the first time, please let us know. So any questions, we'd love to help you out answering anything that you have. Okay, so this is where I'm starting. The star for me works like what we call a backdrop. In other words, it's not just a whole blank piece of paper. This kind of brings up some more dimension and depth in my layout. And the borders are what gives us the foundation. And I've already got those laid, right? So now the next thing is I'm going to tell you about the pictures. So this is a 4x6. I didn't pull my photo templates. Let me grab those real quick. Lee, why don't you read who's on?
Well, we have Pam Weston on, says from Texas. Shannon Straits on from down Louisiana, and said it is hot and humid there, which we're kind of seeing all over the country, aren't we?
Yeah, it's a little warm right here right now.
We're actually, where are we at, Linda?
We are in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. You notice how he asked me because he doesn't want to say it. He can't say it, guys. He can't say it correctly.
Not like the locals do anyway.
Lancaster. It's not that hard, babe. It's really not. It's really not.
Well, Deborah Snell's on also. She's from down in the Cincinnati area.
Woohoo! Hello. Yes, we went by. I messaged Deborah the other day because we drove by this train. It's called the Choo Choo something, but her and her husband are really big into trains and train models and stuff, and it has a great big model train here. So I messaged her, it's like, hey, guess what's right here? Do you know? And they're actually coming in October.
Well, and her husband's from New Jersey. So anyway, Brenda Frizzell's on from says hello from Texas.
Hello, hello.
And Bunny Smoker's on from up in Michigan.
Hey, Bunny. You guys are gonna have to forgive me. I'm having a really, really hot moment here. Ooh, I gotta use this to fan. Those so the guys, you gotta get these photo templates. They're really good for hot flashes. So, all right, I think it must have been that peanut brittle I ate. So that we went to this place, the flea market here in Bird in Hand, and they had all kinds of peanut brittle, right? Cashew brittle, all that. But the new one was the pumpkin seed brittle, and so I bought, and I ate probably over half of the container. So I'm having, I think, too much sugar.
Container.
It's not that big. It's only about that big. Just, I mean, it's not that big. A little bit bigger than this, but okay. Back to the layout for today. So we've got our foundation. I've got a backdrop, and I've got a 4x6 photo, which is for this little guy, right? Okay, so we've got a 4x6, and then what happens sometimes is because that this picture is so bright and everything, I wanted to kind of tone down the other pictures. Also, because it's a lot of it was inside the movie theater that I took pictures, I turned them all to black and white. Okay. So this is me and my daughter Audrey and Violet. Okay. So and how I did this, guys, is on my iPhone, I have the options of editing my photos. Okay. And this is just a little quick hint on what you can do. You don't have to just turn them just to black and white. There's some other little things on there called saturation and warmth. And I use 4 different, say, vignette. So vignette, what it does is it kind of brings the edges in and makes it a little darker and shadows it up to the brighter. So if you've got like a lot of glass here, if you use that vignette, it kind of darkens the outside and softens it so that the inside stands out more. And I don't know, you're probably not gonna be able to see it much on this, but right here in the corner, you can maybe see how it's a little bit darker here and then it goes to lighter. So play with your settings on your phone to get different looks. And I mean, it's really a fun thing to play with. And it also, like this was dark inside the theater, right? But we still got the shot. And that was just by editing my photos. And this is another one. It's not a very good photo. Most of the time I would throw that out. But you know what? It's the memory. It's with Grandpa or with Papa and Nana and Miss Jellybean. So yeah, we have to have them in there. Plus, when we put this one in, then it kind of it just kind of works together other than these being all colored. Okay. So how I did this is I laid all my templates, my photo templates out with my borders. Okay, so that's how I start the next part. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it underneath so you guys can kind of see this. Okay. All right. So now I could put a matting under this, which would be kind of cool. But this new Everyday Adventure has this really awesome template. And I like using it once in a while as a background.
It's almost like a banner.
It is. It's a big banner. But what I like to do is I like to use it as a map for the photo. And I can move this anywhere I want. So let's just pick this up and we'll kind of move it around and we'll get a different look on how I want to do that. And
Brenda Tackett's on said hello from Kentucky.
Hello, welcome.
And Ruby Harris is on and says hi, Linda and Lee.
Okay, let's pull out. Hello, Ruby. Let's pull out these wonderful cinema ones. Now, you guys know that there was a Disney Mickey Mouse head in there. I don't have a Mickey theme tonight, so I'm just going to leave it off to the side. But I am going to grab a few of these other ones. I haven't put these in my envelope, my storage envelope. These are the storage envelopes. If you don't have these are amazing. But that's my to-do list when we get going. Our next leg
let you know that Pam Weston said she loves the stars.
Yes.
She already did a layout with them.
Sweet.
We also have Sabrina Gish on. Says hello, Linda Lee from Kentucky.
Yay. Okay. This piece is simply amazing. Now, if you guys already have it, have this kit and you've looked at your PDF file. There's a lot of different ways that we have all used this template. I love how Mary and Gwen and all of them, I love how they all did something different. Well, guess what? I'm going to do something totally different yet with this template tonight. Okay. So I started out with it kind of running up and down on the side here, right? But I really like the idea of the template, the strip coming out of
The film strip, you mean?
the film strip coming out of the star. I'm just going to kind of do it and running over to the border. I really like this idea.
And for those that watched, Mary did a great thing using the film strip the other night.
Yep.
I got to watch a little bit of, and pretty impressive.
Yeah, he watches it with me. Isn't that awesome, guys?
We have Debbie Kazmarek on and
Hello.
Darlene Logan, the twin sisters. One's in Plant City, Florida. One's up in Michigan.
And I'm going to do something different with this star, guys, that I hope you're going to like. Okay. So there's the really big basic. I can leave it at that. And then I've got some more of these wonderful little accessories. This, I love the movie reel. I love, love, love the movie reel. And I think I'm going to put it right here. Okay. And then I've got this little star that came with it. I love that. I'm going to put that up there.
Looks like a roundabout we went through today over here on the road.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Okay, and then I'm going to grab
Deborah Bordeaux's on from down in Houma, Louisiana. Just to say, last week we were at a Gabby Barrett concert. She's a country singer from here in Pennsylvania. And her opening act was from Houma, Louisiana.
Yes, yes.
Do you remember his name? I can't.
I can't
Smith.
remember his
Smith
name.
was his last name.
You know,
Country
I
singer
can't remember
played
what
guitar.
day it is. How can I remember a name? So, all right. So this star come with the star collection, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it up here with the popcorn little thing. We're going to kind of put it up in here.
Is it cheesy popcorn?
Cheesy popcorn.
Butter popcorn.
You know, you always got to have the butter popcorn. So we'll just say it's butter popcorn.
Okay.
But I'm not going to make it look like popcorn tonight.
Okay.
I'm going to make it look like something else. So I pulled the Everyday Adventure Star. It's a little bit smaller. Maybe I'll put that one up here.
Yeah, a couple of them say, what a great tip.
Okay.
I think they were talking about you and what you were doing.
We're going to take this one and we're going to put it over here.
And that was Pam Wesson and also Lisa Gibbs.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. Good. Glad you like it. Okay. So I've got a couple other little tips here. But before I get started, I pulled Tiny Celebrate 3. It is that little ticket. Okay. And you're going to see why I pulled the ticket here in just a little bit. But I love this little ticket. And I'm going to make a little cluster right around in here with the ticket and Everyday Adventure star. Okay.
And
we're just going to kind of
Lisa Gibbs from Australia.
Well, hello.
We've had Lisa
yes, I remember.
And then we have Kathy Googans that's on from up in Maine. So
awesome. So here's another little tip. When I was printing my photos, I wanted to incorporate the ticket because it has the time and the date, right, of when it was. I don't normally journal a lot unless it was something I took pictures of, because a lot of the pictures I do are of ones that my children have done or my grandchildren, and I wasn't there. But I leave places for them so that they can journal their memories on it. This one I will journal, but we'll get to that in a second. But I still wanted to, I printed the ticket and I printed it smaller. And again, you can see that vignette. Can you see that, Lee, where it shades down a little bit?
Yep.
So that instead of just all right in your face, if you use that little vignette button, it makes it a little bit softer. Okay. So I've got the ticket, and this is why I pulled that little ticket. And this is going to go right in here. And it tells exactly where we were at, what movie we saw, et cetera, right? It's kind of cool. Then Lee took one. This is the front of the theater. Okay, this is us way down in here, right? Well, I could make another big picture, but it still would be a lot of building. But the building is important because we had different movie theaters that we could have gone to, but we went to this one, the Crossroads Cinema, and it was very important. So we're going to put this one up in the top. We don't need all that building, but just something. We'll put that somewhere up in here, somewhere off to the side that we can, we'll add that in so that we have that memory of the place that we were at. Okay. So now the next thing that I want to show you is how to get those sizes. Okay. Here they are. I'm sorry. All right.
Kathy Guggen said she got her stars yesterday and the monthly kit on Tuesday.
Oh, what an exciting week. So I have a printer that prints different sizes. Okay. But I still trim these down. If you noticed, these are the same this way, but they're a little bit shorter here, right? So this one I just trimmed as it was, but this one I trimmed down. And how I trim them is these are 2-inch. I use my photo, my 2x2, right? And this is how I trim this. So what I do is I take this one and I put it to where I want it to be. So this is kind of where I chose the length, right? So it's like I want it right. I want that length. You guys with me so far? I want this length. And then I put this one on top because it started out a 3x4. Okay. It started out a 3x4. And then I just keep moving my 2x2 on how far I wanted it to go. And then once I get it, then all I have to do is go back and just trace on this piece over the picture of where I want it. That makes sense.
It's kind of like a reader, a viewer. Like.
Right. So I've got my 3x4 and I trim it down. And by using this, I can get that fine print. So that's how I use the photo templates to get the shape of the photo that I want. Instead of just keep cutting and cutting and cutting and cut too much, and then I have to reprint another one. So hopefully that makes sense. But use your photo templates, use your 2x2s, your 3x3s, your 3.5x3.5s to manipulate on your photos the position that you want. So once you get it, you make your little mark and then you can trim it and it goes easy peasy.
And I think it'll come much more clear as you start to cut and paper because it's all kind of unicolor right now. But
Yeah.
Dawn Ryder says hello from Michigan.
Hello, welcome. Okay, so on our borders, I don't have much paper left because, like I said, I've been playing with this kit. But what I do have, let me grab it here.
Sabrina Gish says I got the stars in the same shipment with my club kit, and I look forward to creating with them.
Sweet. Okay, I may turn this one this direction. I think I like this better here. Okay, we got it. All right, so I chose this piece.
Wow,
and I'm so
that's bright.
I'm so proud of you girls, especially I know Mary used this as a little strip on there. I'm so proud of you guys for using it. I looked at it first and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I could do that because like Lee said, it was really bright. So anyway, we're going to make our borders.
Linda Brock says hello, Linda Lee. She's from in Florida, I believe.
Hello. We'll be there shortly. We leave here Monday.
To go to Indiana.
It'll take us a couple days to get there and then load up the truck and head to Florida to unload the truck, then back to Indiana.
And it's not our truck, it's a moving truck. To get our stuff out of storage.
Yeah, so let me finish this and we'll finish that story there. So to do the borders, and this is the one, the blue that looks like the film strip. Okay.
And you'll be able to see your lines.
Yeah, I'm using a Kuru Toga pencil. Love this pencil.
Because if it wasn't, we'd be doing a little country dance, a little slide, flip.
Go on the other side.
In the key of G.
So, yeah, Lee was joking the other night we were on with Scrap Mania, said that we need to do a slide, flip t-shirt. So all the little tricks that I know Mary was doing one the other day. What was it? Slide something. I don't remember what it was, but it was so cute. It's like
It had something turn or something like that.
Yeah,
But
slide
they
and turn.
they
Yeah,
talked
that
about
was
it.
so funny. It was
We have
hilarious.
to do them both, you know.
So, well, we could do it all on one T-shirt. Do you slide, slide, flip, or do you slide and turn?
We could do a little Texas swing number with some of that.
Oh, okay. So we're just gonna put our border right up against it. Kiwi Lane makes a great, easy way for us to do both borders with just two simple cuts. Okay, so we've got those. I'm gonna put those in my tray. Oh, by the way, guys, if you need a tray for your templates, this one, it's the Drawer Organizer by Rubbermaid. It's a 3x15, okay? And it works great. These do interlock. So if you want more than one, if you're working on more than one project at a time, these work really great. So
I don't think they're as nice as the Kiwi Lane ones. So.
well, no, but you can't get the Kiwi Lane ones anymore.
Well, we got a lot of them. Well,
we
we
use
just got
those in class.
I
Sorry.
know, but we gotta hang on to those.
It's gonna sit.
Brittany Trees on says hello from California.
Hello. I heard that like the West Coast, the East Coast are cooling down, but the middle in Iowa is warming up. Did you hear that? Oh, you would have been outside, don't you?
If you go clear up into Canada, like in Minnesota, they're going to be in the 90s coming up.
I can't believe that. That's just unreal. You know, by the time we get there, it's going to be, I was going to say, by the time we get there, it's going to be freezing. So,
Yeah.
A good pair of scissors, girls. Get you a good pair of scissors. I have my black ones all packed up because I'm going to go meet up with Tita Christensen and some of her scrappy friends Saturday.
Where at?
Oh, I know you're going to ask me that.
Lingelstown.
Lingles. Is it town or ton? Lingelstown.
T-O-W-N.
You sure? 100%?
No, but pretty close. That's real close to Harrisburg, northeast of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh, if you see the camera shaking, guys, my washing machine's going and it's shaking the coach. So yes, we have a washer and dryer on board, and it's very nice.
We have a dishwasher also.
No, we don't. We took the dishwasher out.
His name is Lee.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, look how easy that is, guys. Look how easy.
I was going to let you know that Kathleen Moonson says hi from Colorado.
Hello.
She said, I love Linda's layout for Garden of the Gods.
Oh.
She said there's a scrapbook store in Colorado Springs and it's called Simple Pleasures.
Wait, we were in Colorado Springs. Did we see
the Garden of the Gods? We went there 3 different days. We never did get to the scrapbook store there.
Oh man, we went to. Oh wait, no, that was in Wyoming. What was the one we went to? Was there one in? No, we went to one in South Dakota, one in Wyoming. We never did make it to that one, did we?
Nope.
Oh man.
So we gotta go back.
Yep, we're gonna have to go back. Okay, so I'm just doing the 3 sides because we're gonna add a little something, another little layer. So for me, layering with Kiwi Lane templates is my favorite thing to do. Okay. You don't have to. If you want to just keep it simple and clean, you can do that with just one. For me, I love to add a little more dimension, especially when they give us such great paper. So.
And I see Dina Bohannon's on. She says, hello, welcome.
Hello.
From Maryland. So that's just, we're not far from Maryland.
We're not there at all. So, is this your first time on? Or have you been on before?
I don't remember, but I think she's been on before.
Okay. All right.
Bonnie's on from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Hello.
I believe Bonnie's been on before and says hi.
So
I want to get down there. I need to get some chili peppers. And then I want to go over to Roswell because I'm going to look for little green men or women.
Oh, guys, if you're a husband that likes that kind of stuff, you need to call Lee and invite him over because it is not my forte whatsoever. But whatever it is. Okay, this great paper. I mean, it's great. I use this for the background of my popcorn for my popcorn bucket, and I didn't get a chance to use the tickets, so I saved this much so I could use the tickets. Now, if you notice, I love the way they designed this. There's tickets all this direction, right? And there's tickets this direction. And then you got tickets going different directions if you go this way. And it's superb. So you got plenty of choices if you want to do a little border, which that's what I'm going to do.
Lisa Gibbs from down in Australia said that vignette effect looked really great.
It's just on if you have an iPhone. I don't know about the other phones, but I know the iPhone, it works so nice.
Well, your
And
printer has a lot of little options too that you can.
well, I don't use it on my printer though as much as I do my phone. Because usually, like if we're okay, for like instance, if Lee is pumping gas, right? I take my phone and I sit there. I'm either posting or editing my photos. You know, that when he's not around, that's usually when I play with my stuff. So because I like to give him my attention. But when I was playing around with that vignette, I actually did use the vignette for the upcoming monthly kit with my pictures. I didn't like it. I mean I liked it, but I didn't like it. So I changed it. And but I still have the layout and I will post it after the next month kits come. But you'll see what the vignette and what some of the other options do to your photos. It almost gave it like I'm gonna call it like the 50s look. You know, it's not retro. There you go. It was a retro look, but it didn't work for the kit itself. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I get this straight because this is all I got of this one. So measure twice, cut once. Make sure it goes down this one. This cutter's nice because it has these little bitty squares, and it doesn't look like it's square though when I get ready to cut. Okay, let me turn it this way. I want to make sure.
Could be the bifocals.
No, it could be the bifocals. Most definitely the bifocals.
Yeah. Well, Ruby Harris said she has pictures to go into the movies with friends, but they're not real good. But with this great layout, she might be able to make it look a lot better. She said she'll have to go see later.
Yes, because I mean, there's so many options with this kit. And I will tell you, the first thing I saw when I opened it up, I'm like, oh, this is going to take me a while to cut all these pieces. It wasn't. They were so fun to cut. Okay, I'm going to do this by hand, guys, because my glasses are just not allowing me to do it. You got to see if you don't have a cutter, you do it the old fashioned.
Lisa or Linda Brock from down in Florida said we should get together. Linda is going to be doing an event in Estero, which is just between Bonita Beach and between
My ruler.
Myers.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's what's the name of the hotel?
It's like the DoubleTree. They're having a crop there, and it's by a store there in Fort Myers. Is it called
No, it's Scrapteak.
Scrapteak? That's it.
Yep, Scrapteak.
Put it on. It should be good. And Linda's going to be there. They have a couple crops this winter, so.
So when I did not have very good lighting after the derecho that hit Cedar Rapids, I actually went back and said, you know what? I'm just going to get my ruler. I'm going to get my scissors, and I'm going to do it primitive.
Well, Ruby Harris did have a question. She wants
Yes.
to know, can anybody go on here and see Mary scrapbook? So like we talked about the other night too.
No. I think that one has to be, you have to be a Kit Club member to do that. If Susan's still on here, she can answer that. But I think you have to be a Kit Club member to see that video.
Particular one, but you can see some of her layouts.
Yes, you can see. Yes, that you can do. Okay, so we did that primitive, and we're going to cut it right down. Get a hold of it here. Just going to follow that line. You don't have a cutter, a ruler, pencil, and a pair of scissors. How easy is that?
Joan says from Georgia, just returned from a 9/11 remembrance.
Oh, we watched a little bit on that. Yeah, we saw the ones that were in the elevator or whatever. I'll never forget that day. Yeah. Yeah, it still haunts, still very haunting. So very haunting.
And Pam Wesson said Texas is warming back up.
Okay, I have two borders, right? But they're both different. Doesn't matter. They're both tickets, right? So I'm going to show you what I've had in my mind. And I'm not put this together, guys. So this is what you see is I'm just scrapbooking just like any other person, just like you guys would scrapbook. We're just designing and playing as we go. Then what's nice, I've already got the main design out. So
Linda Brock said, yes, it's going to be in the 60s on Saturday.
woohoo!
That's in Florida, but that'll come right back up. I know it's been getting a lot of rain. And over in the southwest part where we are, it's really dry and we needed the rain.
Well, I tell you what though, they said the lake was up, which is a good thing. So that means the gators got more water to tread.
Contained.
Yeah, just as long as there's no hurricanes when we get down there. Okay, my tickets are going that way. Guess what? I can put my tickets up here and it'll go that way. Isn't that cool? There's still tickets. Doesn't matter.
Gail Ozon said, I'm late to the party today.
You're
what did I miss? What did I miss?
Oh, Gail, you missed everything. You missed it all. No, just kidding. You didn't miss nothing. Just a couple little tips on photos, on how to use your different adjustments, like the vignette. I'll show you here in a second.
And Gail is talking to Kathleen and says, I went to Simple Pleasures in Colorado and I was there in May.
Ooh.
And it was a great store.
Yeah, I suppose we're going to have to go back and check it out. I am going to one here in Lidditz. It's a brand new one, I guess it just opened up. We took a pretzel tour of the first American hard pretzel factory. Remember what it was called, Lee?
I know right where it is. It.
Okay, come on, you got this. You got this.
John Philip Sousa, but it was
Strauss.
Is that it? No.
No.
I don't remember the exact name.
You might have to grab the pretzel bag.
In Moravian, I remember that.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Oh, that was the church. So okay,
but you had to be Moravian to live.
Yeah, you had to be. I don't know if that's still the case now or not.
That church was built in like 1730 something.
I mean, it was gorgeous. But anyway, the pretzel place. Where are we going? Well, I've lost all of my train of thought on this. Oh my goodness. Okay.
We talked about the scrapbook store. There's one that's open.
Okay, a brand new one that just opened up.
And the town of Lidditz is really neat.
Yes.
It's older and we went to Wilbur's Chocolates and
oh, now that's why, because we got so sidetracked on.
Probably got a sugar thing going on.
A sugar thing?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
All that chocolate.
So I really wanted yellow as my background, and I used all of my yellow for a little bit. So I'm going to pull out a piece of my cardstock. Yes, take it out of your stash if you have it. And this is just a plain yellow. It's a nice bright one. And I'm going to trace this star. It's my backdrop.
You asked Dina Bohannon earlier if she'd been on before, and she said she'd been on once before when she was a newbie.
Yay! Okay. Now, I'm not going to leave this bright. Okay, so this is the other little trick that I wanted to show you tonight, guys. This is, I've got this in my head. I've not done this before. So this is something new. And I'm hoping it'll turn out. If it doesn't, I got more yellow paper. It's all right. So I'm going to trace the outside of the star. I'm going to trace lightly the inside of the star. Okay.
Dina says I'm still kind of a newbie because I still don't have much time to try and understand how all this works.
Oh, well, ask away. What do you have questions on? Because we're here to help you. Basically, Kiwi Lane works as design. In other words, lay your templates out in a design. You trace them, and then you cut them, ink them, and replace. In other words, put them right back down where they go. So we're just going to cut this out.
And she's from just down in Maryland. I went back to look.
Awesome. So I actually started posting on a place called PA Scrappers. Those gals are so nice. But I met so many people at the New Jersey convention that were from Pennsylvania. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to see if I can maybe reach out to them. And they are so receptive. So if you never joined the group PA Scrappers, if you're in this area, I highly recommend it. Or even if you're not, great bunch of gals. And so
Sabrina Gish did make a comment. She said that Mary posts her layouts on Facebook MS Designs. So
yes,
so
she
there's
does.
probably a good chance you could see
The only
some of the
thing
work
that I
she
will
does.
say though is she didn't do she did how she did her film strip on the Tuesday tidbits, I think is what it was. And those I think you can only get if you're a Kiwi Kit Club member. Boy, there sure is a difference between scrapbooking with thin cardstock and the Kiwi cardstock. Wowza, I forgot.
Linda Brock asked if you could text her the dates and the times of those crops down in Florida. So I took a picture so I
Yes.
could remember.
Yeah. If
So,
you look
yes,
up
we will.
if you look up Scraptique, it's Scraptique, and the lady's name is Kim Hodges. She's the one that puts them on, but you see Scraptique and all the dates are on that website. So I know there's the one in October. This it's actually 4 days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think it's Sunday. I'm only going to be there the Friday and Saturday because we're moving into our villa during that time, and our kids are coming down. So
Yeah, they're coming down. We got to spend
yeah,
no time with them.
and I'll be teaching a class, actually 12 classes, 3 a day, or no, six classes, unless I go back on Sunday.
Up to 12 per class was it?
Yes. So I'll be
12
teaching a little bit.
participants.
So what I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to go back and mark where these little dots are, and you'll see why here in a second.
And Pam Wesson asked a question and Gail answered it. But
Perfect.
she was asking, does a selfie printer print black and white? So I'm going to actually put that comment.
I
People
don't. Oh, she
see
said
that.
okay. I think it does, doesn't it?
Yes,
Okay. I
because
got not quite square here.
get there. As Gail says, yes, you could edit your photo in the selfie app to print black and white.
Okay, I'm just gonna put a little dot.
So
where
thanks,
all these
Gail.
are. Yes, appreciate it. Gail, I was commenting earlier. Your layout was so fun that you did this month.
Dina says that the circle confuses me, so feel free to reach out to any
The
of the creative
circle. Okay,
partners.
the circle, the community itself. I can help you a little bit with that. Let's talk about the circle. So if you're in the circle, you go to the first tab up at the top that says home. Okay, when you're on that home page, that's where you'll find all of what we'll call general information and people that post their creations, their layouts. And that's where if you decide you want to post something, that's where it will go. Okay. With that said, when you get ready to post your layout, you'll notice in the lower portion there's a little plus, and on that plus, when you click on it, it will take you to, it'll pull up a menu, and it'll kind of ask you what you want to do, and then you can give your layout a title. You can um, put you post your pictures, post what you want to say, and then on across the top there is says it'll ask you where you want to share it, and if you click on that pull down, you just want to it'll say on there to share your creation, and that's what you want to do, and then it goes into that home page. Okay, so that's one thing. Let me pull out another piece here and get going while we're talking. um
And thanks, Gail, for that information.
You know, it looks navy.
Christine Martell joins, and sorry I'm late.
Oh, you're just fine. Okay, so I'm going to use this navy piece, and I only need one, and it doesn't matter which way it goes here. So not this tonight. So we're going to save some paper here. All right. What if I go this way? That saves a little more. When I say save, what I'm trying to do is keep enough of the 12 by 12 area. Ruler. I want to keep enough of the 12 by 12 so that when I go to cut, my borders have enough area to live, so to speak. Okay. You know, this looks almost navy tonight in this light, but it almost looks, it's really black. Okay, we're going to trace this. And I'm going to do the little trick that Mary did. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, when it gets a little thinner on these templates, I just glide my fingers right along the template. I don't try to do it all in one shot, if that makes sense. You notice I'm hanging on to it to keep it stable. Right? Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the inside of all of these. Okay. And we have an actually extra 30 minutes tonight. Have you guys noticed that I asked?
Might see in the bottom there.
Okay, I will get it. I'm sorry. I got to do this so I can.
Yep, got you.
I can move it there. Okay, I'm going to go through and I'm going to trace each one of these little squares. We're going to do Mary's little trick. I am going to share that. I almost did what she did, and then I backed out.
And Garfoot's on too and said, "Hi guys, she's on a train right now,
Ooh.
going from Sydney to Newcastle."
Did you say Garfoot?
Yeah, she's from Australia. Another one from Australia.
Oh, you said Garfoot. I'm like, what's
Garfoot? Yeah, Garfoot.
Oh, okay.
And she's going from Sydney to Newcastle.
Awesome.
Newcastle, if I remember right, because you know they're on the other side, so it's morning there. She said,
on the other side of what, dear? I'm trying to trick him up tonight, guys.
well, it's morning there because several hours. So it's
on the other side. On the other side.
Yeah, they're down under.
That's
on the other side.
Funny.
So it's heading now towards summer there. It's spring. This morning, so it's great you're live as always makes the trip go up.
Awesome. I'm so glad you could join us. That's great. We appreciate it. We're using the new Spotlight templates, and these are so fun. We have needed a film strip, and you know, you can buy the film strip dies, and there are punches that make film strip, but I have never seen a wavy one like this. And this just takes it from level A to level Z just by being able to have this option of a curved film strip. Okay. I have to tell you, Mary, she uses what I call a box cutter for her X-Acto knife. Kudos to her. I would have every one of my fingers completely cut off if I did that. So, but kudos to her. I love watching her. She's one of my scrapbooking idols. So
Gail said thanks a lot for the comments. She had so much fun making the birthday layout for this.
it was a
idea book.
door. Okay.
Turn your paper.
I am turning it, but I know it doesn't look like it, but I am.
No, I just gotta
He's
give
giving me a
I gotta
hard
give you
time.
instructions.
I know you are. I know. What can I say? Okay. All right. So,
Pam Weston said, "I love the film strip, and I put vellum behind it. I got the idea
yes,
from the PDF."
That's from Gwen. Gwen did that. Yes, amazing.
Vellum works and acetate also works. You could use.
Yeah, acetate. So I did the Buddy Holly one the other night, and I will tell you the acetate looked okay, but in filming it did not look good. So I just kind of said nope. I went ahead and put it. It was actually a pearl gold vellum behind the glasses, and it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Okay, so now I don't have Mary's X-Acto knife, but
You want me to get a paring knife?
no. I know I threw them all in here. I got the slice. Now, some people like the slice, some people don't like the slice, and that's okay. You can use whatever you want. If you want to just use your little scissors, you can do that. I don't mind the slice. I know I need to change the blade on it, but let's see if we can use it for tonight. Okay, I'm gonna cut these big pieces out first. Boy, it's really dark tonight in here. Woo! Okay. I'm just, you can talk, Lee, because I don't want to mess this up as I'm.
Well, it's worked good. You flip that up so they can see because you're down off the screen again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's dark. So
Yeah,
I'm only going to do a couple
we're
of these.
seeing all the way up into here.
You see it? Okay.
But,
Well,
yeah.
I can
But
come up
let's
a little
don't
more.
move things because we don't want things
I
to.
don't want it to not to go out on us again.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sorry, we were a couple minutes late getting on. We kept having issues.
Okay,
We
I
get
can't
the
see.
perspective right, so up was up and down was down,
And
left
then
was
all
left.
of a sudden it
As
would just
soon as you
flip
snapped it and
on its own.
it would, yeah, it just flip all the way around and go real narrow and skinny.
And then
And
it's like, that's
we had
not going to work.
David on and Susan, and we were going through tutorials.
We were trying Google
So we did the ultimate fix. Linda turned her phone off
and
and
turned it back on.
and then it seemed like things worked okay.
Yep. Okay, so it's really hard for me to see tonight. I don't know.
Do you want me to make the little light brighter?
I don't know if you can or not. You can try. You can try. We'll try it this way. You know what? Let me switch my glasses. See if this helps. And if you do that too. Now this does magnify it a little bit. Let's just try this.
Does that make it lighter or?
There. Ooh, that's better. That's better. Okay. Let me get the side here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the straights and then I'll just come back in with the scissors and cut those curves because, like I said, it's a little hard to see tonight. I think it's just that time of day. We've been outside all day in the sun. We went and toured the Amish farm that's just down the road here. Get this, guys, it's in a Target parking lot. An 1800s home, Amish home, is in a Target
Well,
parking
Target
lot.
built on some of the old original farm, but it's right along Lincoln Highway.
Yeah, unbelievable. So, yeah. Anyway, okay, there's two.
Well, a lot of you talking Mary Snyder. I think she lives in Pennsylvania. I think there's quite a few that are here.
I was hoping to get to see her. I hope she was coming to New Jersey, but she never made it. So maybe the next time we come out, we can catch up with her. Come catch up with her.
Yeah, but
oh, I know.
We have to come over. If we'll come from Florida, we'll be coming from the south.
Coming up. We'll come up.
Yeah. Lisa Bassimi's on.
Hello.
Hello from Oregon.
Hello, hello. So these are the little Tim Holtz Tinies.
Scissors.
Yep, I love the 7-inch. 5-inch are very nice too. I love both of them. Okay, so I'm going to stop there for just a moment. You know, you guys, what time is it? We got time to go and finish these or not?
Well, we're on Eastern time. It's 8:52.
Okay, well, we'll hurry up.
You got some time. You have them.
I think I'm going to go ahead and just do all these little straight cuts. That was one tip that Mary said, is she did all of the straight cuts and then went back and did that. But guys, it doesn't take long.
She, I think, cut out the little notches on.
That's the one I'm going to do tonight. Like I said, when I first, I'm going to do that one on its own. When I first saw this, I'm like, oh, I want to cut all those out. And I thought about using the little punch. Well, then the holes aren't the same size. So that's why that punch is going to work. So I doodled.
The punch.
I cheated. No, I don't cheat. That's an option. That's what's cool. You can do anything you want with these templates. So, okay.
Well, the paper's good too. It gives you a lot of flexibility what you can do.
I mean, look at this, guys. How good is the paper that you could do this with this cut out like this?
I like Pam Wesson's idea too. Said she just doodled the holes.
That's what I did, girl. That's what I did. Yep. Because I was like, I just couldn't take the time to do it. It was
Well, if
awful.
you get off just a little bit, then they don't look like they're equally spaced, and that looks worse than not having any of them. You know, at least a doodling you can have a little.
But see how, I mean, it's so easy to do. I mean, just even sitting here, and sometimes I just talk to myself.
Yeah, I've heard it. I've recorded it, having conversations, and then you ask questions. Answers are
Should I
questions.
do this or should I not do this? Now, if you guys hear when I was scrapbooking, you would swear I had another person with me, or two.
Says,
Or
would you
three.
like a cup of hot chocolate? Well, sure I would. Well, here, let me go make you one.
So you didn't tell him when we were at this oh my gosh. Okay. I am a Lindt chocolate snob. That's my chocolate of choice, okay?
Was.
I went to Wilbur's. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It was 14 years before Hershey was actually
Yeah.
there in Lidditz.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it's really good.
Okay. So now to do these, this is one of her tips, okay? And I will share this one. So you're just going to go along each side of these holes, okay? Do all the straights.
So do the parallel. Yeah.
Parallel?
Yeah.
Parallel this way. See how easy and how quick this is going?
And then you go back the other way. And
Go the other way. Yep. We're just going to take a couple extra minutes here and we'll get them done. And the slice or an X-Acto knife, you need a self-healing mat, okay? You want to make sure you don't do this on your table or you're going to have little
or on your
marks
layout.
on your layout.
And you
Have
get
done that
those at
before.
Dollar Tree, was it? Or
The nasty mats? Yeah, I
Yeah.
got these at the Dollar Tree. $1.25. Best $1.25. I almost got these. And then
Sonia Huff said, I didn't like the slice at first, but with some practice, I'm starting to like it a lot.
yeah, it's a nice little tool. Okay.
Skipper.
Now we'll go this way. Hopefully I cut deep enough. You ought to see Mary use that little box cutter knife though. Oh my goodness. I was so impressed. So impressed. I didn't go deep enough. I'm always afraid of going too deep.
Pam Weston says, I'm not very good with the slice tool.
There. See, look at that.
You have to be able to hold it at the right angle. Really small ones like that, sometimes it can be hard with any of them.
Just take my little scissors.
And you can do a few of them, and then we can always.
Okay, I'll just do a few here. We'll start it this way because these I can see real well. But I mean, this was her little tip that she said: go one way, then go down the other side. I mean, how simple is that, right? Look at that. So it's worth it if you want that look. Definitely worth it. Now, another thing you can do, never even thought about this, is we can keep these. We can use these for little accent pieces. Ooh. Okay, we're going to leave these off to the side just to kind of remind us. Those might work. We shall see. Okay, remember it's scrapbooking, right? We use our scraps. Okay, so we're just going to put this.
She'll finish up the rest of it later offline.
So you guys got the idea. Okay, so that one's going to go there. All right. Now this little guy, we're going to go ahead and use that same paper. And we're going to make it out of the reel out of this.
And it's got a piece of the film actually flipped out there, don't it?
Yes, it does. That's kind of cool.
Do you remember we used to rewind those in school when you had to watch those and they would come down and go,
oh yeah,
flip and
oh yeah. All right, we're gonna do all these little holes. And if you don't want to have them cut out, you can actually just move this template to another piece of paper and trace it and use it like a stencil and then cut those little pieces and put it on top. Yep. Okay. So we got this one. Get this cut out. Need my bigger ones. Alrighty. So here in Pennsylvania, actually over at Hershey, they have a big RV show this weekend. Was it the 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th?
Something like that.
We aren't going. We've always wanted to go, but we have our motorhome that we like, and
Like 53 acres of RVs.
yeah, I just cannot fathom walking around that many people. So if you guys ever saw the show, was it just RVing or something like that? There was a TV show that they had where they went to the Hershey show. Okay, we're gonna cut this out.
I remember that when I hear Hershey, though, I start thinking
Chocolate. Hey guys,
Reese's.
I can't eat Hershey now after eating Wilbur's. They make
They're both
they
good,
make the
though.
little kisses. They make them chocolate and milk chocolate and dark chocolate, and they were the first one to do the little kiss. They're
Yeah.
like, what are they called? They're not.
Kisses.
They're called buds.
Yep.
Is what they're called.
Got a little twist to them.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so we're gonna do. If we have time, we'll come back and do all these too.
So we went in. They have free bags you can get to put stuff in. We got the small one because we weren't going to get.
No,
that
you got the
much.
medium one.
Well, we had the big one and the medium one. We got
Both
done.
full. Do we tell them how much I made you spend?
Well, I think we got it free, didn't we?
No, it was the best part of $300, guys. I mean, $270 some dollars worth of chocolate. I asked Lee to spend, but in my defense, I do a lot of baking. Plus, I bought some for the girls, my daughter and daughter-in-law, and so yeah, that's a lot of chocolate.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff though.
We did. I mean, it's.
And you bought a shirt at the pretzel place.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it says? What's it say? Something salty and hard and salty, something like that. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
Of what it said.
Pam Weston wants to know, where's Wilbur Chocolate at? It's in Lidditz, Lititz.
That little town, guys, is quaint. And like
A lot of little shops and things like that.
We're gonna go, like I said, look at there's a brand new store, supposedly a scrapbooking store, crafting. We're gonna go check it out maybe tomorrow because we're only here until we leave Monday. So we're gonna try that.
Lisa Feek wants to know, what tool are you using to cut the centers out with?
This is called the slice tool, SLICE, and the blades do change. You can just this thing just turns and you can pull it out and put a new one.
Pam, Pennsylvania. I'm sorry. She want to know what state.
Yeah, I don't know if you can order it online. I would assume
yes,
so.
you could order online.
You can order online. Okay. Yeah. But
well, they were packing boxes. We were watching them make a lot of it, and they have one that's like they put in chocolate on a pan and they beat down on it and break up pretzels.
That's what we got
on there. And then they had caramel sauce. They put strips, and then a little bit of white chocolate coming out. Another layer of milk chocolate, and then the layer of dark chocolate. And
Lee doesn't like caramel, but guys, he really enjoyed this. He really did.
It melted in your mouth.
In fact, he wouldn't. But we were at the Amish market, like I said today, and there were homemade.
And that's where we're at.
There were homemade chocolates there, and he's like, "I can't." my Wilbur chocolate is so much better.
Lisa Feek wants to know, is that a Cricut tool? And the answer is no. It's just its own.
The company is called Slice, and that's who makes it. Now, I got mine at a place called Scrap Mania in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
You could get them online or different places.
Yeah, but that's where I got it. Okay, and we'll come back to that and finish this up. Okay, we're gonna do some of these other ones first. All right, we know what these are. So I'm gonna take these off. I'll take this one off. All right, let's do our backdrop. And here we go. I love this star. So we're going to make this to go behind our Garfield. Now, FYI, this does not have a straight edge on any one, okay? There, it has a little curve to it, so don't try to line it up.
Chamfered a little
It's
bit.
yeah, it is. Okay, so we're gonna do that little trick. If it's hard for you to see to write on, if it's a busy pattern, what I like to say is you do the slide, slide, flip. Make sure you have the template in the position you want it, where you designed it
Grain
on the top.
design like you want.
Slide it off, slide it under, flip it over. Slide, slide, flip. And then you can see what it's going to be on the back side. Okay. Now, you guys know that I love to ink my pictures, right? When I do the vignette, sometimes I don't ink them because I like the look of that little bit of the black around it. And sometimes I might take black ink and do it around the
Versus
pictures.
distress.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this. Because there's another little trick I want to show you. I know I've showed it before, but we're going to go over it again because I think Deborah Johnson, I think she used the idea on her layout for the PDF. So it's a nice economical trick using one tool, and I highly recommend it. So we'll get to that here in a second. But yes, these templates don't have to be just Disney themed because, you know, there is Disney paper. Gwen did birthday. I'm trying to think if Jackie might have done something, or Jody. Is it Jody or Jackie? Gwen, you'll have to help me out. There was another one that wasn't the Mickey theme. But you don't have to use it just for the
Well, Gail said I use a craft knife to cut lots of things out. I found myself agreeing with everything Mary was saying during her Tuesday
tidbit
tip that she did. We do a lot of the same things. Great minds think alike.
Yep.
Tammy Parker joins, and hello from Longmont, Colorado.
Hello. We know where that's at. I don't have to do that. I'll just do it with ink. Okay, I'm going to cover this up a little bit where the cutting mark
and
the pencil
some of you might not know, but we actually live on the road. We have a 45-foot diesel pusher coach. We don't have a house. And
we kind of do now.
Well, we got a small 2-bedroom villa that we just closed on last week in Florida. So we have a place so we don't have to pay for storage unit for things, and it'll be.
I can put my scrapbook stuff in Florida for 6 to 7 months. Not a whole year.
Make it nice, but we do travel around, and so we try to see all of God's creation that we have around the country. And Linda goes to places and does stay and play. We go to crops and different things, meet people, go to different shops, and
okay, this one I am going to ink this one because it is just dark, or it's just kind of blah all the way around the edge.
Well, Tanner says hello.
Hello. So I am going to go ahead and ink this particular one. Okay.
And Michelle's out of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yes. They're having some bad storms again out in Nebraska and Kansas. And
Gail says, I don't like caramel either, Lee. You know, and it's not that I don't mind the taste. It's just it gets stuck in your teeth and all kinds.
That's what he says. Okay, so I've got it a little off center. I've got just a little bit there.
Why do you need caramel?
Okay, so now the reason I have not done anything with the inside of that star is because I'm going to show you another little trick. All right. Let's go ahead and get this piece though where I want it and get this cut. So this one, instead of doing 2 all the way across, Lee, can you see the whole page? I haven't moved so far, did I? That you can't see it.
I can see the edge of the red scissors on that.
Okay, perfect. That's all I need to know.
This side.
Okay, that's all I want to know. Okay.
Just barely cuts off a bit of the bottom of the star down there. So the bottom, you're right at the very
Okay,
bottom.
I'm very at the very bottom. Okay, as long as you can still see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of line this up where I want it. And I don't care if it's a little off. I think that's fine. So if I do it square. Okay. And if it shows a little bit down there, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to mark where I want
To
to place it for the split of the paper. Okay, so this is where I'm going to cut it, right here and right here.
And do you need to mark it where it's got to go?
No, it'll be fine. You can if you want, but I know where I'm going. Okay, so now I'm not going to ink or anything with this yet. I'm just going to leave this because we're going to fill some of these little holes. Okay, I just want to make sure that I get this placed. Okay. All right. So now this little guy, well, let's do the rest of these first. Let me get the stars. And we've got blue. Now these are specialty papers. These are kind of fun. We have metallic. I think we'll just stick with those two.
This
okay?
comes from your stash.
This is from my stash. So this is kind of an iridescent, and this is just a blue. Okay, so I'm going to do the stars out of these. Okay, so we're doing one silver. Let's
And make sure you comment about how to use the scissors on some of that.
So I will when we get ready to cut here. Let's do this one over here. And oop, I moved it. Am I off the screen? I suppose I need to trace up top.
Yes.
Okay. I do apologize. Let me get up a little closer. Okay. We're going to do two of these. Okay. Yeah, we had to adjust the camera and it's in a position where I'm not normally working. So I want to make sure you guys can see.
We're going to work on getting a regular camera working good on that.
All right. So now when you go to cut this, if you're cutting upside down, you want to leave your scissors the same direction as you normally would to just kind of cut it out. This way you can do it. But then when you turn it over, double check and see. So you're going to see a lot of like little ridges. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that or not. So if you cut it this way, like you normally would, right, with the words towards you, you're going to get ridge edges from the blade of the scissors on that side. So what you want to do when you're cutting on the back side of any paper, flip your scissors over, and then the ridge will be on the back side, not on the front side.
Lisa Feek says, "Hi, Rochelle. They must know one another. I know Rochelle's in Lincoln, Nebraska. We came across her not long ago. We came.
Yeah, we wanted to stop so bad. We didn't even get to see our nephew either. He was coming through Lincoln and didn't even see him. So now you won't see that edge. Okay. All right. So we're going to do that one. Let's cut this one. And specialty papers are fun to play with. I don't use a whole sheet necessarily. Now I have, but most of the time they're very expensive. They can cost anywhere from $1.50 to $3 a sheet, or even more sometimes. But as you see, I'm not using very much of it. So for me, it makes sense to spend once in a while and add it, but you don't have to. You can use your Kiwi Lane paper, of course.
It takes the layouts in some cases from being really good to being great. So
not bad at all.
Lori Baker says hello.
Hello. All right, so I'll put that one away.
Pam also says cool tip with the scissors.
Okay, we're going to use this one and this one on the blue. Well, hello here, maybe. There we go. All right. Let me get back up here where you guys can see it. So anyway, we were outside a lot, and it's getting the sun. It's really weird. It's that fall time of year where some days are really overcast and some days are really bright. And with my migraines, sometimes I have a hard time adjusting to the
Natural
the
light
natural
brightness.
light. Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna make this blue.
And we had nice big crisp moon as last night. I think we saw the man in the moon. And he actually
Yeah, he was
winked at us.
smiling. He was actually smiling last night. Oops, got my thumbnail in there. I did get my nails done, guys. I don't know if you can see. They're kind of a brown tiger eye. It was kind of cool, kind of fun. Okay, so I'm gonna take the inside back with the silver, and I'm gonna make a tiny little silver piece with this one. Okay, that one's done. Put it in my tray. Let's get these cut out. Make sure my scissors are in the correct position.
One of the nice things to the tray, she knows she's used it, but more so, she knows where it is. Because from time to time, you can do a small template.
Which I have.
Yes.
Or, like, I have the Kiwi Lane template trays. I have those. And I like using them, but I will tell you, sometimes they flip out. Like if I'm putting the rings or the triangles or some of the bigger backdrops in there, it'll flip the tray and then I lose them all. But this one's a little higher on the side and I can put the big ones in. Like right now, the stars in there, see? And it don't go nowhere. So I highly recommend this one by Rubbermaid. And they interlock. So if you have like I said, more than one project, or if you want to keep them separated, it works really good for that. Okay, we'll cut these out of the blue. Alrighty. So I was gonna use gold, and I thought, now if I use gold on this, and this is just me thinking, if I use gold on that, I'm gonna take away from this big bright yellow star. And I don't want to do that because you're gonna this new thing I want to show you. I really want the star to be the feature. So if my idea works, like I said, I've not done it before. It's gonna be fun. And I'll tell you the reason behind it, why I came up with it here in just a second.
Carol Weaver had a question.
Shoot.
She says, with your organization, storage pockets and tabs,
Yes.
what do the different colors on the tabs represent?
So Susan came up with the actual storage
Philosophy.
the philosophy behind it. So it's the way that she stores them. If I don't think I have them in here. Yes, I do. Okay. So it comes, you can get these dividers, okay? And each of them say what they are, like the borders. Here's like adventure sets, okay? And on the back side, they're blank. So if you don't like that way, you can do it what you want. So the colors coordinated with that, okay? So like these are all scrapbooking kits. So all the colors coordinate with that. The backdrops, all of them coordinate with these. That's what those mean.
Just another option for how you could sort
Yes.
your templates. But
For me, I sort them the way I had it before
before
these came out. I had them in categories. I have them in the borders, the accessories, tiny accessories, uh, in that kind of thing. And then they're alphabetized within that category. Yep. Okay. So I'm just going to tap the edges of all of these to get that white paper off. I'm going to lay them off to the side here. So,
hope that helps a little
yeah.
bit, Carol, but
We're just going to tap these because the metallic, sometimes when you put ink on it, it's nice, especially if you can let it dry. But if you don't have time to let it dry, I would
It
just
kinda
do this. It
smears.
will smear on you. So
Brenda Bailey from down Crossville, Tennessee, said, I missed the live, so I'll watch it later.
oh, we're still not done. You still got some good tips yet coming up here. So don't leave
Yeah,
us.
we still got about 45 minutes.
Yep, we're good. We're still good. Okay, so those are,
But you can watch it,
yes,
replays.
you can.
And I see this is actually, I think Susan has a track to Facebook and to YouTube. So
All right, so I'm going to go ahead before I lose that little piece. I'm gonna get some
And we're
pop-up.
still working, Brenda. Hopefully we can hook up with you guys when we're coming through Tennessee later on.
Yes, we're still planning on it as long as they get the coach done when they're supposed to. Oh, all right, I'm gonna grab my
We're gonna be there
template back.
the first week in October, I think.
So remember, I traced and cut this out, right? Just to make sure that the template, because some of the times the templates aren't perfect, squared up, so to speak. So I'm just gonna make sure that it doesn't make a difference which way I do this. I'm gonna take my pop-up square, I'm gonna put it right in the middle.
And it could be also due to the cutting.
Yeah. So and it's just the way maybe they
You
design.
could offset them to make them have a different effect.
Yep. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that little piece that I cut out. I'm just gonna put it right over top.
And when
Remove
you're done
the
with it,
template.
then hold it up higher when you're done so they can.
And there we go. Right? Okay, so that one's done. All right, let's go. This one's gonna go over here. This one goes here.
Where do you want to go?
And this one goes here. Where do I want to go? I don't want to go anywhere.
You said well, here, but
No.
so let's go.
We're gonna do this piece. Okay, so what I really
Butter
love,
and popcorn.
I love the fact that they changed up. They don't do the actual sentiment cards. There used to be a bunch of cards they put in the kit. Now they do it on a sheet. I love this because I have an option for the another color on the back side, right? And I find that I'll be able, if I don't use all of these, I'll still be able to use this, right? Because I may not use all of these templates or
I
cutouts.
just want to make sure you don't
Right.
crash one of the sentiment cards you may want to use, though.
Right. So I'm going to use this as my journal spot. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it on this journal place right here, right where it says date and place. I'm going to make sure I can see this. And this is going to be my journal card. Not going to be the popcorn. It's going to be the journal. But it's going to look like a popcorn, right? Oops. Don't want to move it here. All right. So use that. Not going to get rid of that yet because there's a color I used or a pattern paper I used on this other side that I want to use on here.
For the popcorn kernels?
Nope, I'm not. Nope. It's just going to be the shape of. All right, let's go ahead and just detach this.
Remember how the popcorn buckets used to be red and white? And
well, that's kind of what I did on the PDF layout that I did. I made it kind of look like that. And then I had little spilt kernels on the off of the bucket. So which I fussy cut it. I actually used tissue paper to make the little buttered kernels. I have to look in the PDF to see.
Butter popcorn. That's good for you.
So I'm going to show you a little trick here. So now I've got my journal spot. Okay. Don't want to throw that away. Got my journal. Look like the popcorn shape. We'll give it a little ink. Okay.
Do you need to crimp it?
Nope. 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 But here's the thing, guys. If I put it back in there, it's pretty blah, right? But this is another little trick. I need this color over here, but I kind of ran out of the templates, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same template, slide it off, slide it under, flip it over. And let's see which one I want. Let's just do it here.
Do you got the other side going the direction you want?
I do. I do. So I'm going to make a whole entire another one.
Pam Wesson says I used the gold Winkostella with white Winkostella to make the popcorn kernels.
Oh, definitely. That would have been really cute. I'd love to see that. Okay.
I think
I was going to take a white paper and spray that. And I'm like, I think I'm just going to do it plain. And then we're going to do our other little trick that we've done before. But then I come up with this other idea.
Popcorn real quick.
No. I don't. If you want it, you go for it. You guys want popcorn?
No, you can glue it right down.
Oh, no, I don't want to glue the popcorn. No. So again, all I'm doing is moving the paper with my left hand, pre-cutting all the way around. If you go to the back of the scissors, cut forward. Easy peasy. Look at that. Okay. So now I've got my second shape. Gonna ink it up. We're gonna do, I gotta change this. It's starting to, you can tell when I scrapbook because there's a lot of little loose pieces on that. I scrapbook a lot. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this piece, see if I have some bigger ones here. Use my foam squares. Here we go.
0.08.
Yes, I do at 0.08. I'm going to take about 3 of these. I'm going to lay it over here to see how I want it. Now look, just by giving it a little bit of a backdrop, which side I want? I want this side. Okay, let me put these on. Okay, we've got plain, and then we've got our backdrop. Do you see that, guys? The difference? Plain, backdrop. Okay, let's get that on there. And now we're going to work on this ticket and this big star. Okay. And I think I like it just a little bit off skewed. Okay. And with our little star over top. There we go. This here. All right. This goes here. We'll fill that in. Let's work on this piece. This is what I really wanted to show you guys tonight, okay? Turn that over. And we still got this little ticket to cut out. And this could be another little journal spot too, but I'll put it there so I don't forget. Okay. So my idea was, if you see, I don't know if you guys can see what these little girls are holding, right? They're holding blankets. They take blankets to the movie theater with them. So my idea was,
It's because they get cold. They aren't hiding candy or anything underneath them.
so my idea is, I'm going to take first a couple of journaling cards. I guess I need to show you here first. We need to put this back on. Let me get it lined up. Make sure I have the star where I want it. Okay, and this little guy. Nope, let's go up there. Okay, that's pretty good right there. So what I'm going to do is take this pencil. I'm going to mark where this goes. Okay, you're going to see why. I'm going to outline it. Okay. Okay. Get it off. Stick there. Okay, so now this is where it's going to get fun. I'm going to take, oh, here's my ticket. Here's what we'll do this with the ticket. A ticket to adventure and fun. Let's just do this really quick. Pencil, pencil, pencil. Let's do our ticket out of this. Let me line it up. Okay, there we go. Love the ability to be able to see through these. I remember years ago making my own little pieces, and it was a lot harder not being able to see what I was doing. And Kiwi Lane come along, made my life so much easier. But I used to paper piece. I would take like even a cartoon character or something from a coloring book. I would cut it all apart.
Warner Brothers or any of the cartoon stuff.
Cut it all apart. I would trace every piece and then put them on black paper and then piece it all back together. I mean, it looked good when I got done, but I so much appreciate this. All right, let me get this. If you guys hear snoring, it's Miss Gracie behind over here. She's on her big girl bed, snoring away. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to eyeball all these little pieces, right? That are, I'm not using this in here. Okay. This I don't want. And it's not going to hurt because I know I'm not going to use that. Okay. But now all these other little pieces, we're going to cut. Reach for the stars. What's poppin'? Showtime. You're a star. Remember the magic. Happy birthday. The magic is real. Born to shine. Okay, here's where I get my template. So I have this square. Well, here's love you to the moon. Ooh, that could be fun. Okay, let's do this. See if I can get that in there.
Not all of it.
Not all of it, but let's see how far I can go. Where is this piece? That will work. That will work.
Straight edge of the crust.
Yeah. Or let me look at this piece here. Okay, I'm just going to cut it. These are how this is how my brain works, guys.
This could be scary.
This is scary.
Only for mature audiences.
Okay, I'm going to hold it.
There's nothing wrong with your computer.
Oh, no, there is nothing wrong with your computer. Okay, so here's what we're going to do with the rest of it. I'm going to take my scraps that I have left. Some of these tiny pieces. I don't need this big one. I've got some of these tiny little pieces that I have saved. Let's see which ones I got in here. There's some yellow in here. And I know there's a couple little blue ones in here. Oh, here's some black. You could do that too. Talking to myself. Forgive me. All right, let's just go with those three here to see. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take these pieces. These are blankets. What we're going to do is make quilt pieces. We're going to do quilt pieces. And we're just going to randomly glue them on. I'm going to get my other little dauber here. Randomly glue them on. Look at my glue press. There, Miss Gracie's awake. And she's going to the couch. So she's going to bed. Okay, there's one. And let's take a piece of the red. We cut this here almost straight. And we'll cut this off a little. Ink this. I'm not going to probably be able to do it all, but I'm going to get enough so you guys can see where I'm going with this. And this is a way to use up your little scraps. And it's okay if it overlaps. It's perfectly fine. Okay, let's take another piece here. We'll cut a little this way. Throw that in the garbage. You guys see how my mind works all the time? Yeah. Sometimes being in my head is scary. Okay. I'm going to put this in here.
It's unbelievably
Unbelievably scary. It is unbelievably scary. Okay. We have this green one. I'm going to do this one. Okay. And this could go here. Like so. Okay. Now let's take this piece. Right about there.
kind of a collage of scraps.
Yeah. Well, it's going to look like a quilt. Because remember, the girls took blankets. And I thought, oh, how much fun would it be to incorporate the blanket in there? So we're going to do it with pieces of paper.
This we call paper piecings.
Yeah, you could call this paper piecings. Okay.
Well, there used to be a
And let's go back with the
you
red.
called it that.
So what?
I remember when you used to scrapbook back in the 90s, there was you guys would sometimes get into what you called paper piecing.
Oh, that's what I was saying earlier, that I can remember taking little cartoon things. And if you go over a little bit, this is going to sit over top, right? So you're okay with that. Let's see. What if we went?
And when we
Let's go
were
that
young,
way.
you'd do it out of stone, and then
Out of stone?
yeah, well, when we got off the ark with Noah, we had different ways of doing it.
Oh my goodness. Make sure I get it the direction I want it.
And later on, Julius Caesar wanted it differently. And,
I think we'll do it this way, and I can put a little triangle
yeah,
there.
because the yellow showing through from underneath looks like a color also. If you
Okay.
wanted to really get confused, you could put little elevators on different.
No, I don't want to get confusing. I don't want to do that. I don't want to confuse them. I mean, I'm going to confuse them as it is here. All right, let's do this one.
She was inspired today while we were at this country market in Bird in Hand. They had a lot of quilts and things there.
I am a quilt junkie. I mean, I love the quilts.
Quilt, but she
not anymore. No, I used to dabble, but not anymore. I got rid of everything.
Our friend Linda Mizunik out in where's she at? Lone Tree, Colorado. They're on the south side of Denver metro area.
There you go.
She's in a quilting club out there. They get.
She is a professional quilter. There's difference between what I did and what she does. She's won a lot of awards. She's actually in what they call a guild, quilting guild. Okay.
Is that pretty good?
That's very good. Okay, let's do, where'd that blue one go? Blue, here it is. We'll do one more of these. Let's cut it here. And we can go up there. I should cover it.
She moved to a different.
She's still snoring up a storm though.
She woke up though.
We'll use this piece.
Lisa S. from Iowa. Howdy,
Hello.
Hansons.
Hello. No big boys in this area, girl.
Not that we've seen. Got a lot of friendly restaurants. I mean,
Okay.
brand name friendlies.
I'll put this one on. Okay. This goes here, and I have to have one little corner piece.
Got it.
And what's this one? Red. Ah, let's do this little piece of green. So you guys can see this might be a little time consuming, but
And you won't do it all for them.
no, I'm just going to do this one little piece so y'all can see where I'm going with it. And then I want to show you another little trick. Like I said, Deborah Johnson, she did it on her layout. I did it on one way back when the dinosaur kit came on, and it's such a fun thing to do.
Lisa said, Lee, did you see that sliced soda's back? No, I hadn't noticed. I remember it. I used to drink some of it. I guess I never really totally understood that it went away.
Okay, I'm going to take a black pen. Is that black? Yeah, that's
kind of the cola, if you will.
All right, so now I'm going to take the black pen and I'm just going to make little stitch marks between the layers.
To make it look like they're sewed together.
To make it look like it's sewed together.
Kind of a Frankenstein type of thing. You know how he was sewed together.
Okay. Now, let me put this on top. I'm going to do this all the way around. Okay, you guys see that? Okay, can you see it, Lee?
Yeah.
All right. So this is going to go in these blank spaces, okay? Depending on how much time we have left, we'll finish that up. But I really wanted to get to...
Pamela Rouse just joined from North Carolina. The one and only says, hey guys, I'm late tonight.
You're just fine. You're just fine. I'm just showing a few little techniques, some little things to spice it up, kind of. So I'm going to make a quilt background for it. And if you've got an easier way you want to do it, that's perfectly fine. For me, I'm just going to use all the scraps that I've got laying around here. I'm going to go ahead and get some of these pictures on so we're not all over the place here. And I can go ahead and put that star on and just build off of that. I didn't want to put it down until you guys could see it.
And you're fine. You got like 22 minutes yet or so.
Okay, well, I got to show them the other little trick yet before we go too far. Yeah, a couple little things actually. Because you all probably wondering what we're going to put in that film strip, aren't you? Well, we're going to show you here.
Lisa Busumi is out the quilt.
So, and you can do that with any of your scraps in any of the backdrop shapes or any of like the bigger shapes, even the tiny ones if you want to actually do it. It's just a lot of fun. Stick that up under there.
Still
Okay.
stick down your film strip.
No, I don't want to stick that down yet. Okay, this one I do want to go ahead and
Please
put down
pieces together.
Get some of these down. Yep.
Hopefully you don't run out of your
Oh no, I got it.
adhesive tape.
I got it. That's gonna go there. And this little guy. But there's so many different ways that you can use this film strip, like I said before. Okay.
See, Scrap Mania is
Hey.
hello from the Scrap Mania Disney crop.
Hello, welcome. The Disney crop. My goodness.
Hotel crop that's going on.
This one is a great set for that. This one has the little Mickey Mouse with the film strip, and it has the old-fashioned Mickeys that you can put in the film strip holes. So it's really a fun set.
Hopefully things are going well at the hotel.
Yes. Okay, so
Back
that's
in
gonna go there.
Iowa.
I think I'm gonna move this just a tad.
West of the Mississippi River.
Okay, Papa's head covered up here. I don't want to do that. We don't want to cover Papa's head.
We're about an hour outside of Philadelphia. That's where we're at. Depending on traffic.
There, that's better. Okay, so let's go ahead. Get this in place. And this was just a piece of scrap paper. If you have enough left, there's a yellow sheet. If you have enough of the kit and you want to make it out of the kit, it's the one that's on the back of the backdrop that I used for the 4x6 with all the stars, the navy with the stars. Okay. This goes. Let me get these out of the way. Don't want to glue those down yet. Okay. And I will tuck that under later. And this little guy, we are going to pop him up.
40,000 or 80,000?
I'm going to use the big ones.
So the 80,000.
Yep, I'm going to use the 0.008.
No, bigger size.
Yep. It'll make it so much easier. I think I'll do it so that it's a little more stable. Right through here. The only thing is I'm not going to stick it down because I want to finish my quilt. But we're just going to put it here so you can see what it's going to look like. Okay. So there's that. We've got this. Got our ticket, which we got more quilting here and more quilting here to do. This is going to go here. This will go over top. We'll put a backdrop underneath it. This will go here. Our ticket.
I assume a little doodling.
Of course, we've always got to do a little doodling. And this little guy is going to go up in here. Okay. Well, we'll get it up in there.
Weston said, "Oh, I like the quilt look."
Okay, so you guys got the idea of that. Now, the film strip. So what I did, grab my pictures. They're all in my scraps. What I did is I kept playing around with the size again on my phone to get what I wanted, right? Got them labeled here, 3, 4. So this was at the end of the movie. It says, "Thank you for visiting Marcus Theaters." Okay. So this one is going to go here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'll glue it down around the edge. I think I can cut the rest of it up. Yeah, I should be able to. I'm going to go glue around just around the edge here. And there's many ways you can do this, okay? This is just how I'm going to do it. Because I want to get these on so you can see them. I got to get my nasty mat though, because I don't want to get glue all over. So this one's going to go here. Okay. And you can ink that if you want, but remember tonight I'm not inking everything. I'm inking certain pieces, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around
Trim it.
and trim it. So you can't see. Boy, that was pretty good the first time. Pretty good guess.
Want me to cut it?
And I don't want to trace it and then cut it, because if I do that, it's not going to be the right size. It's going to be too small. Now, if I'm going to put it on top, it'll work just fine. but because I still have some holes here, and if you cut the holes out too, you'll be cutting this, so it should be all right also.
This
Okay,
one
so
has
there's
the
that one.
opportunity to make a lot of challenges if you wanna, if you're up to it, right?
Okay, yep, it does. Okay, so there's one. And then I've got this guy. Right. Like I said, I just played around. I think I have to have a little more white around the edge. So we're going to do this one. Love my glue press. Make sure we get his face in there.
Garfield's?
Yep, gotta have Garfield's face. Okay. And I haven't cut these out yet, these holes. So I'm just going to cut them out when I cut with my holes. So I'm just going to trim off the rest. This one will have to be cut. On the back side, it's not going to matter. Right? Not going to matter. You're going to see it. All right, then we've got number 4. I labeled them so I know what order I wanted them to go in. Do you guys get the idea? Okay, we'll do this around. I love Odie and Garfield. Amazing creatures. Okay, we'll just trim this one. Because again, we're going to cut those holes out with my slice. When I'm all done with this, I will go back and ink the edges of this one. Okay, this film strip.
And she will post in the community too of all the.
Well, I wait until Abby gets done, and Abby gets it, and she does what she's going to do with the crop and talk, and then so Kiwi Lane does it, and then I will post after that goes, and then we've got one more, and then the rest of the holes, I am going to take just some white cardstock and put whole cardstock in the rest of it. Or I may do vellum. I like Gwen's idea of vellum. Might do that one too. We'll take a little bit of everybody's idea. We've done Mary's. Okay. And we'll trim this one up.
As you can tell, this was on the fly. It isn't like Linda had it all the way solved. She had a general idea what
This is just what I thought of. I mean, just as I'm scrapbooking, I'm like, oh, what can I do? Oh, I like that idea. Let's do that. Let's try this. You know, it's whatever you like. Okay. So there we go. Then the rest of it, like I said, will be white. And then I'm going to do the same thing behind here. So how you make this one is you just trace it again. And with the background that you want, which will be the same background as these. Okay, we've got our quilt. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you was, grab one here.
And again, if any of you are able to get up into that Harrisburg area, that Linda's going to be a little crop area up there in Lingelstown, I think it's called. Northeast.
It's a Creative Memories crop. Tina Christensen is the one that.
Now, Tina's the creative partner, though. Isn't
Yes,
she?
I think
Kiwi Lane.
I think so. Okay, hole punch, guys. We're going to take our hole punch with some of our scraps that we have left. This is some of the film strip. We're just going to punch a few of these. As many as I can get out of them, right? That's all I can do. So now that piece is gone. All right, let's take some of the red. Other thing you can do, guys, is on another layout that I did. I showed it at the convention in New Jersey. It's a piece that I've punched holes out of. Okay, I'll show you real quick here. And this is a nice little trick also. Okay, how many would throw that piece away? Most of us, right? All right, we're going to pretend as if it's an accessory. And I'm going to put it behind another little piece. You can go there. You could stick it in here. That's kind of cool. I like that one right there. Look at that. And I've used my scrap. Gave it another little dimension. So take those pieces that you've already punched and use it for another accessory piece. Now, other thing, this bottle is not glue. I filled it with Nuvo drops. Or not Nuvo, glossy accents. Okay. So for those of you who've never used glossy accents, this is your chance to see what you can do with glossy accents. Now, if you want to, you can take all these pieces, take your tweezers, ink them all. For me tonight, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to create with them as they are.
You've done this for a long time, though, maybe.
Oh, I know. I'm making my own enamel dots, guys, is what I'm doing. Okay, let's just do a few here. Let's get them.
I think first time I saw you do this was like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
He's like, what are you doing with all those dots? Scrapbooking. He's like, you should be just throwing those away. It's like, no. I don't want to do that.
The right way for the colors you want.
Yep. Okay. Now I'm going to take our metallic ones and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to punch a few of these. Again, you can cut that piece out, use it as a backdrop, a little accessory piece. Okay. Now, I will tell you, when you do these, you can do these ahead of time. I was going to do them ahead of time. You need to let them set and dry. I was going to do these ahead of time, and I'm like, no, I'm going to show you guys how it actually works. So that's why we're doing this live. And like when I cut these little pieces out, we can use these also for little accents if you want. Get these turned over. One more. And if you do the metallic and plain paper, you're going to get different looks. Okay. All right. Here we go. Take your Nuvo drop or I keep calling Nuvo drop because I look at the bottle. It's not Nuvo. Your glossy accents. I'm using the smaller tip. I'm going to take, wait, did I switch it? No, I didn't. Hold on. Let me get this out. So you pop it out of your gun, your glue, put the lid back on, pop the glossy accents in, ready to rock and roll. Okay. Go to the middle.
Caulk the tub.
Caulk the tub. And you just fill the circle. And when it dries,
kind of from the center, you bubble it up.
Yep, you want to go right in the center. And when it dries, guys, it's going to be clear and it's going to look like enamel dots. If you use...
It looks neat on the shiny paper, I think.
If you ink them, you're going to get a little distressed look. Okay. The other thing you can do also is I have spray glitter, gold and silver. You can spray all these if you want to have a sparkle underneath.
As long as you're prepared for the mess.
Actually, the spray glitter is not that bad at all.
No, it's got a nasty map.
Yeah, well, a piece of cardboard if you're spraying. But I'm just filling them up, guys, and they stay right there. Okay, and when they dry, they're gonna look so cool. Okay, I'm not gonna do all of them. I'm just gonna stop right here so you guys can see the difference. Okay. So I've made my own enamel dots, and they will settle down a little bit because they'll spread out to the edge of the paper, and it's so easy peasy. As you can see the difference between the ones that are glossy accents and the plain ones. Okay, so let those dry, and then the plan is to take all of those little holes that I marked that was around the star are going to get one of those little glossy accented enamel dots. Okay, so it's going to look like a marquee is where I was going with it, right? You're going to have your own little marquee. All right, so let me go ahead. What time we got?
It's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So we are there. All right. Well, all I'm going to left to do is put backdrops behind here, finish cutting out my little holes. I've got my journal spot. Let's see what else. I think that's it. I think we got it all, don't we? And I can put some enamel dots over here around some of these little sparkly, these little, what am I calling, sprinkles. We can take a couple of these little sprinkles that we cut out. We can put them around over here. A couple little glossy accented.
Pam Wesson said I used a lot of enamel dots in my big star, and it works great. And you can buy them at your scrapbook store too. I mean, they're out there. Linda has a lot of them, but sometimes it's fun, like she said, just to make your own.
And they match your paper exactly right. Plus, you're using all your little pieces of scraps. You're saving money by making your own. Not that you can't go out and buy them. It's perfectly fine. But it's sometimes fun just if you have the time to do your own. So, okay. Well, we're going to stop there. I'm going to finish it up and I'll get it sent off to Abby. And she'll be, just look for the Crop and Talk when they repost it, the replay. And
September 11th.
Yep. And you'll be able to catch it all. And I'll be doing some doodling with some white pens. Thank you, Gwen. I love the Gaff pen. I absolutely love it. The 1.0 is my favorite.
And Garfield said, thanks, guys. Love it. And I am neatly back in Newcastle.
Woohoo!
In Australia.
Awesome. Don't forget to try that quilting technique, okay? It's a lot of fun. And like I said, it brought in that theme of the blanket that the girls had.
Especially on a rainy day or when you can't do a lot else, that quilting, it takes time.
It is cute.
It's fun to kind of work at.
It is cute.
Pamela says, great layout. Rochelle says, love it.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, it's been a pleasure. We appreciate your time, and I hope you guys are okay with this. Well, we can say 8 to 10 because that's what our Eastern time is. It gives us a little more time to get from point A to point B. Because the next live we will be doing, we will be in Florida by then. I think.
Still Eastern time.
I think, yeah, it'll still be Eastern time, but I think we'll be in Florida by then. Maybe. We may be in Tennessee. I'm not sure. We'll have to see.
Pam Weston said, so cute. Scrap Mania says, have a great night.
Yes.
And you ladies have a great time. Don't get no trouble there at the.
And if you guys want that slice tool, you can contact Scrap Mania. She was on here. She sells those, and she sells the refills on those too. So, okay, guys, you have a great evening. And until we see you all again, happy scrapping.